That's what makes me proud to be a DU. Brothers, we are privileged men. And as such, privilege sometimes has the ability to chain us, to imprison us, to keep us captive in safe, comfortable places where we do not grow, learn, and understand. International economists are saying that many of you will retire in foreign countries, international communities. A program like GSI gives you an opportunity to become free, to step out of your prison and to learn and grow and see how other people live and work and play. And what's impactful for me is to see privileged undergraduate men live, work, and play with some of the poorest people on the planet. And not only the third day, the fourth day, but the first day. Because they go into sweat, they go into hot places, and they even learn how to swing it at church. This is a program I wish I could set all of you free so that all of you could attend. It's an incredible program.
Three years ago, we charged our executive director with finding ways for the fraternity to become more global and to offer global experiences to all of our members. The idea for the Global Service Initiative was born with 8 students participating in a pilot global experience in 2010. The students traveled to Negril, Jamaica to serve the community, learn the customs and the cultures of the Jamaican people, and reflect on the fraternity's principles. The program received national acclaim and recognition. It is the first of its kind in the interfraternal world, and the Association of Fraternities and Sorority Advisors recognized the GSI with its award for Best Educational Program for an international fraternity or sorority in 2010.
Building on the success of the GSI trips in 2010 and 2011, this year we expanded GSI to include 2 international trips to Jamaica and 1 domestic trip to New Orleans. We continued our partnership with Boise State University, the University of Oregon, the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse to build a tradition to the Mango Hall Primary School that doubled its space, as well as continued our work at the Keto Primary School in Negril. Over spring break, DU Brothers traveled to New Orleans to continue the rebuilding process from Hurricane Katrina and learn about the hurricane's economic impact on the area. The impact of the Global Service Initiative continues to be significant and life-changing. If you attend any of our GSI trips, if you attended any of our GSI trips in the past 3 years, please now join Rick and I on stage. These weeks of service by Delta Upsilon undergraduates and alumni will impact a local community for many years to come. I think if you were to ask any of the students or alumni here who participated in the Global Service Initiative about their experience, they would offer that it is one they will never, ever forget. And some may even describe it as transformational.
We want to thank each of you for serving with the Global Service Initiative and representing Delta Upsilon to the highest standards in Jamaica and New Orleans. Please join me in recognizing all of these participants. So the script tells me to insert a personal experience, and I've thought a little bit about what I would say, but I'm going to have to say that pictorial display, I think, said it all. The experience is absolutely transformational for anyone who has the opportunity to go and do this program. So I encourage each and every one of you out there to take advantage of this opportunity if at all possible. So this is an experience that every DU should have. Think of the impact we can have on the world if we are united and committed in this effort. It's our vision that as a result of membership in Delta Upsilon, each undergraduate will ultimately have a global experience. We encourage each chapter to continue working with local agencies that you have a relationship with. But we also ask you that you commit even more to the goals of the Global Service Initiative. We ask that you commit to encouraging members to participate in the trips and commit to the chapter of raising tax-deductible funds to support the building efforts of the GSI. We're pleased to announce that over $30,000 was raised for the GSI last year. Our work's only beginning, though. We're challenging each chapter and colony to raise at least $1,000 for the GSI in the year ahead, and for our large chapters to raise much more. Fundraising incentives are in place to encourage chapter participation.
The money raised by chapters and alumni for GSI funds the supplies needed to construct the schools, buildings, and projects while on the trips. Registration costs for a participant covers their housing, their meals, ground transportation while on site. It is the fundraising from your chapters that truly makes the impact on the communities we serve. Each year, we will recognize the chapters who raise the most money for GSI with the Global Service Fundraising Awards. We will recognize the chapters who raise the most money overall, as well as the most money per person. I would like to invite GSI participants Jordan Lotsoff, John Duncan to the stage to present our 2 GSI awards.
Hello, brothers and guests. Delta Upsilon has 2 GSI awards to present this afternoon, but first we would like to recognize all chapters that met or exceeded the $1,000 fundraising goal for this past year. Please stand at your table and be recognized when you hear your chapter's name. Carthage, Cornell, Kansas, Lehigh, Missouri, North Dakota, Lafayette, Nebraska, San Diego State, North Florida, San Jose, Kansas State, Rutgers, Oklahoma, Oregon State, and North Carolina State. Thank you to all the chapters that raised funds for GSI. If your chapter's name wasn't called today, we challenge you to raise at least $1,000 for GSI in the year ahead. Let's recognize these brothers and chapters for their contributions.
In case you're wondering, I got that hat in Jamaica, but not the hair. Delta Upsilon would like to recognize 2 GSI fundraising awards. The first is for the chapter who raised the most money per person during the 2011-2012 year. In addition to being recognized here, the Delta Upsilon staff or board member will visit the chapter on campus and present its award during a chapter meeting. This chapter raised almost $120 per member this past year. Please join me in congratulating the Oregon State chapter. The second award is for a chapter that raised the most money overall. In addition to being recognized here for its dedication and commitment to the Global Service Initiative, the fraternity president, Dr. Bernard Franklin, will visit the campus and speak to the chapter or the Greek community for the second year in a row. This chapter's commitment to the GSI has been unparalleled, and once again, they sent 2 members of the chapter to Jamaica, raising $6,000 for GSI. Please join me in congratulating, once again, the Oregon State chapter.